So, for the first question, I think it's really important for teachers to vary their teaching techniques and their skills because every student learns in a different way and at a different pace. I know that I definitely did. Looking back throughout the years, I was a slower learner. It was hard for me to grasp concepts and materials, especially in math. Um, so, I valued when the teachers could adapt and help me understand better. And I definitely remember teachers not being able to and moving so fast, and I just could not keep up. But in a classroom, you might have students that understand things best through visuals, or others who learn through discussion, and some who need hands on activities to really grasp the material. I know I really enjoyed hands on and group work because I was able to take some ideas from my peers and kind of build onto that, and they would help me really like understand the concept a little bit more. Because I could see eye to eye to them. It kind of, when you're like a teacher, you're that authority figure, and your peers are the same age as you. So, but because of that, I think using a mix of strategies like group work and visuals, discussions, demonstrations, and independent practice can help reach more students. For example, a teacher might start a lesson with a short explanation, then show a visual example, and later have students work together on an activity to apply what they've learned. According to our textbook, organizing and sequencing instruction helps students build knowledge step by step so that material is easier to understand. And you can find that on page 142, and that is our Orlock 2018 textbook. By planning lessons in this way and using different strategies, teachers can help support a wider range of learning abilities in the classroom. If I were asked to teach in an online or virtual environment, I think some of these techniques would definitely have to change a little bit. I remember COVID, and I also remember my little brother doing COVID, and he was, I think, in second grade at the time, and he has ADHD and autism. So him being home and having his toys right in the corner, like, the kitchen right there with a bunch of snacks that he loves, it was so hard to keep him sitting down and focus on what they were supposed to be talking about. So I know that was definitely a struggle for not only him but his teachers. Um, in a virtual classroom, teachers may not have the same opportunities for hands on activities or immediate interaction, so they would definitely need to rely on visual tools. Um, for example, oh my gosh, sorry. For example, teachers could use videos, interactive slides, discussion boards, breakout rooms for group work. Like I mentioned before, during COVID, I know my teachers used breakout rooms so much, which I enjoyed thoroughly, because that was our only way of like interacting in a classroom setting. And to stay on topic, our teachers would go into each breakout room, um, and to make sure that we understood what we were talking about and not just like joking around and goofing off. But I thought that was really cool because she would ask us questions about what we just talked about or what we were learning and stuff. So, kind of had to make sure that you knew. But visuals and clear instructions would also become even more important because students are learning through a screen. At the same time, the main goal would still stay the same, which is to keep students engaged and make sure that the material is organized in a way that helps them understand step by step. In our textbook, page 142 as well, good sequencing and clear explanations can help students stay focused and follow along even when learning online. One of my main takeaways from this module is how important learning objectives and lesson planning are for guiding instruction. I'm actually doing a couple lesson plans right now, for some of my classes, and gosh, it is so hard because it is a fifth grade class, and I'm so much better with like, younger kids, but I'm trying to adapt and trying to like learn how to keep older kids engaged, and I'm having so much fun, but it is such a like hard thing to do. So I can understand and appreciate the importance of it. But learning objectives can help teachers clearly define what students should know or be able to do by the end of the lesson. When teachers have clear objectives and expectations, it becomes easier to choose activities and teaching strategies that support these goals. Another concept that stood out to me was the idea of thinking styles compared to learning styles. Thinking styles focus more on how students process and approach information rather than just how they prefer to receive it. This can be helpful because it encourages teachers to think about how students solve problems or analyze ideas, not just whether they prefer visual or auditory learning. But overall, honestly, this module helped me see how important careful planning and organization are when creating lessons and that support student learning. Thank you for watching this video, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see yours.